Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Newcastle #1 Sports Ground for the NCCA Summer Bash Grand Final. With me, David Redden in commentary, is Ian Baggs. Baggsy, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, David.
Semi-finals earlier today, this morning, Charlestown just prevailed over Wests, winning by 3 wickets. And the game a few minutes ago, Baggsy, Hamilton Wickham held on against the fast-finishing Belmont, giving us a Pumas and Magpies grand final. Should be a cracker.
Yeah, I think it will be, David. I think Charlestown probably go into the game as underdogs, and Hamwicks and Pumas, as they like to call them in sunny afternoons, are the informed team in Newcastle District Cricket at the moment. Ladder leaders in the first grade 2-day competition, wealth of experience, stars, talent on the field. The Charlestown boys will be out there trying, no doubt, but they're probably up against it, I imagine.
Gee, I reckon you're talking to your boys down there. I reckon this will be a great game of cricket. There's stars on either side, two blokes who can score very quickly. Be very interesting to see how Hamwicks handle the Charlestown spinners. There's quite a few of them, especially if Bailey McGill bowls his left arm little slow spinners. Hitchcock and Wallace, so there's 3 of them there, and Puscola, the quality Sri Lankan offie. These wickets actually interesting. Just got a bit of growth on it, Baggsy, and it's bouncing and gripping. So that wicket there will be conducive to spin bowling.
It's been a successful jet through the whole tournament. The side bowlers have managed to keep all of the teams under control. So I can't see where it varied from that plan. It's just a matter of wickets. On a day like today, as I mentioned, the superstars from Hamwicks might come out to play. So we'll see how things pan out. But I think you've swayed me. I think this could be a nail biter.
And umpires Ross McKim and Gary Crombie are just waiting for players to clear the field, and we'll get going shortly. News from #1 is that Hamwicks have won the toss and have elected to bat. Mark Dries and Ben Balcombe, we assume, who were the gentlemen that opened the innings earlier for Hamwicks, will go out and open the batting for their beloved blue and white hoops. And I'm thinking that Bailey McGill might take first over. He did this morning, Bagsy. Madison came on later on. Daniel Arms actually bowled the first over from the other end this morning, but I think McGill might guess. Hey? Only went for 17 off the first over, yes. So a tough time for him. Drisey got into him a bit and started to take him on, as you do inside the power play.
I think he was plus 48.
Still real.
Yes, I'm not going to sit here and sledge Charlestown. I'll leave that to you, Bagsy. It's going to be a fun afternoon. Umpires Crombie and McKim on their way out to the middle for this NCC Summer Bash Grand Final. Newcastle #1 Sports Ground. It is a magnificent day. Slight breeze here at #1, but it's glorious for cricket. Should be a terrific afternoon, Bagsy. I know you've been... where do you think Charlestown, Bagsy, if Charlestown win, where give me some areas they're going to win it in?
I think it'll be one thing we've already mentioned, that will be keeping down the under control, the slow bowling aspect this first innings. But having a look at the way they've taken the task at hand when they bat second, it's at hand for the first 6 or 7 innings has been at the small. They lost a couple in a row after that time. Getting off to that solid start, creating a foundation and a base to chase. Daniel Arms has ever since had a great performance at the top of the order. Bailey McGill again.
You got me now?
Yes, I can hear you, Bagsy. That's a bit better.
Don't tell me they've missed the whole lot.
They've missed your mellifluous tones. Everyone from Charlestown out there, Bagsy's had his microphone turned off for the last 5 minutes. Bagsy, look, just summarising there. Arms batted beautifully, and it was the key to this was to Charlestown's win this morning. Someone went through and went on with the innings.
Correct.
And like Mark Dries has just done that for Hamwicks. He made 50, and for Mark Dries, he actually only batted at a run a ball. But it was enough. Like 120 has been a big target here this morning, and you think this afternoon something the same will be the way to go.
Well, I think without having all the facts and figures, 120 I think is par for the tournament at #1 Sports Ground.
Good call. Bailey McGill's got the rock as predicted. He'll bowl in his cap. Mark Dries and Ben Balcombe are on their way. Bagsy's still laughing. He thinks it's very funny. They've turned him off. I think there's a lot of people around the area that like me to be turned off. Now, #2 on your screen is Mark Dries, Ben Balcombe, who's the keeper batsman and also the Newcastle representative keeper. Looks like he's going to take strike to Bailey McGill. So Bailey McGill from the Parry Street or Market Town end will open the proceedings for us. Ian Baggs and David Redden with you on Bar TV, the best in the business. We thank the Newcastle City Council for their wonderful support of the NCC Summer Bash. It won't be the first time we say thank you to them, but they've provided a wonderful competition, and the game, the semis this morning, was superb, Ian.
Well, Ben Balcombe comes from a lineage of sporting superstars. His grandfather was a very good player for the Western Suburbs Rosellas back in the day.
Rugby league or cricket, Bagsy?
Rugby league. Rugby league. Mousy Rouston.
Just about ready to go. Balcombe taking guard. Bailey McGill is ready to go. He's going to bowl left arm around. Just checking with the umpires. They'll check with the scorers. On comes the lamp to our left, and it's go. The NCC Summer Bash Grand Final is on. Bailey McGill to Ben Balcombe. Balcombe gets a fully first ball, hits it straight to cover. Sash Pushagola with the fielding in the at cover. He's got 4 inside the ring from cover point to a deep slip, Jed Dixon. McGill to Balcombe. Goes fine to that fine deep slip. Luke Hitchcock gets hands to the ball. So 2 deliveries gone, no runs scored. Newcastle #1 Sports Ground. Get down here if you've got some time this afternoon. Be some great cricket. Balcombe goes straight. Lovely from McGill. Very full. Not giving Balcombe chance to hit square. None for none off 3. McGill bowled him. Reckon he's played on off his pad. Balcombe goes for a duck on the 4th ball innings. Here we go.
Great start, Bailey McGill.
Very good start. I think that Balcombe, you'll see a replay in a minute, Balcombe's actually played at this. I reckon he might have played on off his pad. I reckon he's missed it. I reckon it's hit middle and the leg. Here goes. Here's the replay we're seeing on Facebook at the moment. Yep, played on off his pad. So here's the replay. Leg stump it was. Matthew Bench, very happy. And Ben Balcombe gone. So the Pumas 1 for none. In comes Reece Hanlon. Bagsy.
Great start by Charlestown. I think we just probably need to be a little bit careful, Matthew Bench, and his excitement levels there. He's probably going to hurt somebody else, not only himself, David, if he keeps going like that.
Big wicket though. Balcombe's done very well in this competition.
He has
some 50s. He's made 3 of them. Reece Hanlon, another bloke that can hit the ball a long way. So McGill 1 for none in his first over. Ideal start for the Magpies. Now McGill is not going around. Yeah, he's going to stay around the wicket. I didn't think he'd bowl over the wicket to a right-hander. Bagsy's next to me grinning like a Cheshire cat with a great start for his beloved Magpies. McGill to Balcombe. Balcombe gets that one on the full, hits it to deep mid-wicket. And in comes the ball. Big throw. Bench goes up in the air and takes it. So it's 1 for 1. Reece Hanlon off the mark with Mark Dries now on strike. Made 50 earlier this afternoon, Bagsy.
They will need to be very wary of that, David. Daniel Arms has got a fantastic arm. So the risk of 2 to him on that boundary is substantial.
Yeah, it's got a nice arm. Newcastle Cricket Association Secretary Royce McCormick's watching via Bar TV. Good to have you with us, Royce. That's an outstanding first over. If you offer someone 1 for 1, Bagsy, you take it.
Absolutely. Turns it into a 19-over game now, really, doesn't it?
Exactly. The Pumas 1 for 1. Bailey McGill 1 for 1. So Hanlon will take strike. We're interested to see. What if it's Madison? No, it's going to be Arms again, Bagsy. So yes. Daniel Arms, left arm over, I would imagine. They'll need to move the sight screens. They're out of position for a lefty.
Yeah, rolling the dice jet early.
Yes.
As mentioned, it's probably worth another mention. He only bowled the one over this morning for 17. Yes, that's right. 16 plus 1. So Jed showing a lot of faith in young Daniel.
I'm not sure if you were here this morning. Jed Dixon took one of the best catches I have ever seen here this morning. It was outrageous at cover. Up above his left hand, behind him, ball was going quickly and he just leapt in the air. It was brilliant.
He's an outstanding fieldsman, Jed.
Yes, he is. And of course, he's proudly represented Charlestown for New South Wales Country earlier in January this year, yes, down in Shepparton. Great man, Jed Dixon, and a much-deserved New South Wales Country cap this year. Daniel Arms has the ball in his hand. Side screens have been adjusted by Michael Richardson. Just waiting for Michael to get back in position at a...
Just looking at this field, David, I think he really needs to be just back of a length here.
He's got no fine leg. Good start, Bagsy there. Nice line of length, handler right in behind it. So the field we've got is a short fine leg, deep forward square, mid wicket, mid on, mid off, cover point, backward point, the third man. So his 2 out are at forward square and a third man. Hanlon to face Arms. Hanlon works that tidally off his hip. It'll just be the single. Newcastle Colts captain Josh Claridge with the fielding. So Mark Dries to come on strike. Let's see if he changes his field for Dries. Dries got into him this morning, Bagsy, in that one over he bowled. No, he's going to stick with the same. So interesting to see if Dries goes after him in the power play. Hamilton Wickham 1 for 2.
Not happy with the sight screen.
He wants it moved, does he? Okay. Slight delay.
You know, you talk about talent, David. The way Chili's move that side screen. Like that's rare talent the way you move that side screen, isn't it?
I thought you were going to say something nice about him being one of the form bowlers in the whole district, and he has been outstanding form in all formats for Charlestown and the Magpies this year, Bagsy, to be honest. Arms to Dries. Dries gets one that ties him up a bit, gets a single away, and he's away. So Dries is a single, Hanlon's 2, score 1 for 3 after 9 balls.
Interesting the way he played that, David. Just giving himself a bit of room there. Perhaps looking to go over that cover region. Mark Dries.
He's one of the sweetest hitters of a cricket ball and a baseball around. Hits it beautifully. Hanlon. That's wide. Not called. Got ball to arms. Certainly this so far, much better over than his first this morning. Hamwick's 1 for 3. Early loss of Ben Balcombe, cleaned up by Bailey McGill in over number 1. Good length from arms. You got that right, Bags. He's bowling it back of a length, isn't he? He hasn't bowled any full.
That's where he needs to be. And I think probably during the breaking games, based on Armsy's first over, Jed was in contact with Markey Insurance Brokers, a good supporter of ours, just to try and get some coverage for Daniel's bowling.
That might be 4. Beautifully hit by Hanlon, inside out. Nothing Richardson could do about that one. 4 runs to finish the over. The Pumas 1 for 7 after 2 overs. Still Arms is over, far better than this morning. And if you're watching on Bar TV Sports via Facebook, give us a shout out, say hello, make some comments, and we'll love to read them out during the innings. Those that can be read, Bagsy. 1 for 7. Now let's see who's going to bowl the second over.
1 for 7.
He's sticking with Bailey, I think.
Yep.
It was a lovely shot, that last ball of the over.
Wasn't it a lovely inside-out drive? Here he goes. Whack. Clean. Didn't much movement of the feet, but he kept his shape. Hit it inside out from this very quick outfield. Got to give credit to Council. They have all sorts of problems with the outfield, with birds destroying it. It's pretty good nick. Dries, gets a very full one from McGill. And takes a single. Hanlon back on strike. Interesting, McGill, when he was a little bit younger, bowled seam up and was quite sharp, but he's changed to left arm spinners. And, going quite well with them.
Yeah, he still does bowl a little bit of seam up if required of a weekend.
Brilliantly fielded at point.
He was amongst the wickets yesterday, I think, Bailey, in their
one or two.
In their solid victory over Walls End.
Charlestown going very well in the first grade competition. Easy, very well. Hanlon, another fully from McGill, and he just pots that down to long off. And
interestingly, David, it looks to me that Bailey McGill may be channeling the great Mo Matthews with the hat.
Indeed.
You don't see it too often these days, do you?
No. Dries gets that to that deep sleep position. Luke Hitchcock picks it up straight back to bench. No run. Afternoon, Jacob Montgomery. Good to see you watching on Bar TV Sports. Dries gets a full one. Gets that through this time. Pusgola chasing. There'll be 2 here comfortably.
Is that all it takes, David? You just got to mention Walls End and they start coming out of the woodwork.
I think Jacob loves watching Bar TV Sports. Pumas at 1 for 10. Dries asking the square leg umpire how many left. Mark, there's 1 by our count. McGill. That's wide and full. And that is over. Another very good set from Bailey McGill. The Pumas 1 for 10 off 3. And a very good start for the Magpies. Bagsy.
I'd like to see Bailey have another over, David. I think by keeping Hamwick's right under the pump here, could get that false shot out of the incumbent batsman.
Charlestown 10th in the far hill. I think there might be Chris Oliver at the back there, the great man, is it? I'm not quite sure.
No, it was Chapo, I think.
Chapo, was it? So change of bowler, Rory Madison from the netball centre end. Bowled quite sharply this morning, did a good job. Again, arms bowls a 1 over spell, but he did a job for Jed Dixon earlier. Hanlon to face, 1 for 10 Pumas. RTVB Sports, the NCC Summer Bash, the grand final, culmination of a wonderful competition.
Just notice David Jeffrey Stevenson's walked in. So if you're looking for any carpet, Choices Flooring is the place to go for all the beautiful specials on rugs and runners.
Madison to Hanlon. Short one, up into his ribs. Well played, actually. Trapped him on the crease. And McGill fields that at square. Single to Hanlon. 1 for 11. Can't describe the people who aren't here. How good. It's a beautiful summer's afternoon here in Newcastle, isn't it, Bags? It's just a lovely day.
Yeah, no, there wouldn't be too many cricket grounds in the world like this.
Dries, cuts the ball right off his body. Very strong square of the wicket, particularly offside. Down to arms at third man. Lovely throw, as Bagsy was mentioning earlier. 1 for 12, the Pumas. 20 balls gone in this innings, and so far advantage Magpies. Madison with the rock again. Works that one just wide of backward point. Single to Hanlon. Bench not overly happy with the throw, but not too much harm done. I'd like to wish Michael Richardson, who's getting the ball now in the field, the best of luck. He's going in for some work on a crook ankle. So I hope, Richo, everything goes well for you, mate. All of us in cricket and especially at Charlestown, hope that everything works well for you, mate, in the procedure. Madison's got that into Dries' pads. Bagsy picked up a minute ago that Dries is stepping outside leg stump, and Madison speared that one outside leg and it tied him up, Bagsy. So clever bowling. Yeah,
Rory bowled very, very well yesterday by all reports, and I think Jed's just moved out, but to have a slip in place in the 4th over is showing a lot of faith in his young quick.
Dries steps down the wicket, just manages to bunt it to cover. And just the single for Dries. So Charlestown once again the Magpies, I beg your pardon, doing a great job restricting the boundaries. I think there's only one boundary been hit by Reece Hanlon inside out over here through extra cover. Madison again. Okay, so in comes third man, and Richardson's going to go to the fence at extra cover. He may take the pace off this one. He's got no deep third man, no deep fine leg. See if it's a slow ball. Yep, it was. Almost a waste-off bunger. Single to just an area behind slip down your arms fields, tidily. No harm done there by Madison. Sedate run rate so far from the Pumas, just under 4, 3.8. The Pumas 1 for 15 off 4. Bagsy.
It's been a fantastic start by Jed and the boys from Charlestown. So we see Sasha Pusagola coming into the attack from the northern end now. As you mentioned earlier, when no one could hear me, David, one of the strengths of this team is the slow bowling options that Jed has, and this man is very consistent, and I've got no reason to think he can't get the job done again here today.
I was speaking to some of my Stockhouse teammates, and they watched him in in a couple of games. They said it's impressive how much work and how much revs he gets on the ball, and it drops a lot. They said he bowls quite quickly, but he gets a lot on it. Not unlike a lot of his colleagues in Sri Lanka and the subcontinent.
I think his arm might be in a better position too.
Not going there. Hanlon on strike. Won't be surprised to see Reece go after him. So his deep fieldsmen, Bagsy, are a long on and a deep mid wicket.
I'll tell you what, David, that's a big hit out there into that breeze today.
Yep. Hanlon bunts that down to long on for a single. Josh Claridge with the fielding. Puskala's taken all before him this year as the Sri Lankan import for Charlestown, and is Charlestown going well, and he will look to get into a final series with the Magpies. Maybe the serious weapon they need. Dries on strike to Puskala. Hits that down to that short third man position. Luke Hitchcock. Interesting, I was just watching Pushkala where he delivered that ball from. That time he was actually quite wide on the crease. Often off spinners like to come in close to the stumps, Bagsy, and drift out and come back in. But it was just interesting to see where Pushkala's feet hit his finish here, sorry. Yeah, he's quite wide. Nice and full, quite flat, dries, can't get him away.
It's good bowling.
Very much so. Again, 125. I think Bags is hit on the mark. 120, 125 is par at this ground. It's not a large scoring ground. Dries on strike again. Bat to pad there. No single.
That was much slower, David. Much slower. Well
He flew
bowled.
that up, didn't he?
Yes.
Isaac Wallace with the quick fielding in there.
There's another first.
This is going to be a carve-up session. I can just feel it. Pushkala doing the job here so far for his Magpies. Very wide on the crease. Gives Dries width. Dries takes full toll. 1 and a double to backward point. Philip Chillingworth with the relay throw. Pumas 1 for 19. Just at 4.8 and over, and they'll want to improve that during the innings. Dries being very circumspect, as he was actually earlier on this afternoon. He didn't go and flay everybody, batted quite sedately. Did a bounce there for Pushkala, a lot of work on that ball.
It may be a slow start in terms of the run rate. However, wickets in hand are the key. And, you know, as mentioned, they're a very, very good cricket team, Hamwick, so they know they've got plenty of artillery in the shed.
Score is 1 for 19 after 5 overs.
Bagsy's hit the nail on the head. He's having a good afternoon today. There's KG Norris on the right-hand side, the great man. I think Bailey McGill might be coming on for another one. You did call for this earlier on, that McGill will have another one early, and here comes Bailey, at this time bowling at the opposite end.
Yeah, I thought he might have kept him on with that wind behind him, considering the fact that he bowled 2 magnificent overs, but you know, Jed probably knows a bit better than I do.
Last over of the power play, 19 made so far by the Pumas, 1 down. Reece Handel on strike. He has a long off and a deep mid-wicket. Well, let's see what Reece does. Goes after the first ball, and it's gone for 4. Lovely shot, Handlin. No one protecting that boundary. 4 runs to Reece Handlin. 23 for 1 the score. At a sun-drenched Newcastle #1 sports ground on Bar TV, the best in the business.
Just dropped a fraction too short there, Bailey, and a little bit of width as well.
Good footwork from Handlin. He got down the wicket and put pressure on McGill. Again plays that square, but this time hit it straight to Pushkala. Inside edge. He's given him the charge and the big heave-ho. Gets a slight inside edge. Lee Hitchcock chasing to short fine leg, and a double to Reece Handlin. Bit lucky there, Bagsy.
Yeah, he got away with it. Could quite easily have cannoned straight back onto that leg stump and resulted in his dismissal. But you take them however you get them, David, don't you?
Yep. Should be a single with a misfield from Luke Hitchcock. And is another single to Handlin. Pumas at 1 for 26. McGill's still been very tidy in his first set so far, Bagsy.
Yeah, he just needs to get out of this over, David, and Charlestown's in a very good position after the power play.
Agreed. Dries has had a mow at that and it's missed everything. Well taken, Matthew Bench. McGill's got 1 left in his 3rd over. I would imagine this will be flat and very full. Bagsy, can't imagine him wanting to pitch it short. Oh, perfect length, right on the crease. Another good set from Bailey McGill.
That's very good, Bales.
Yeah, and after the power play, you're always going to take 1 for 26. That's a very good set from Charlestown. As Bagsy's pointed out, there is 9 wickets in the shed, which is big, isn't it, mate?
6 overs, score is 1 for 26.
Imagine that Pushkala stay on at that northern end, and he is.
You mentioned the weather earlier, David. I mean, on beautiful sunny days like this, perhaps all the listeners out there might get into Swim Mart to make sure that their pool is in tip-top pristine condition. They're a good supporter of Charlestown District Cricket Club at Swim Mart Warners Bay.
Great place, Warners Bay. Lovely part of the world. Reese Handler on strike to Sash Pushgola. Now he can put the field back, and he's got 5 back already. So long on, long off, deep cover, deep cow, and deep square. Hanlon goes fine, clever. 1. Should be a double. Isaac Wallace not slow. Double to Hanlon, very clever shot. So Pushgola's whacked, has put Wallace further around, much further around. He's about 30 yards around towards long leg from square, and he's also now 10 metres off the fence, Bagsy. So trying to cut that down to a single. Let's sweep.
Yeah, I think
get that one.
I think you're spot on there, David. It might also be to do with the fact that he can't throw it much further than that to the wicketkeeper bench. So I think Jed's just trying to help him out a fraction there.
Goal up to Hanlon. Guy's got that, or did he not? No, he's hit it up in the air. Claridge,
yes,
lovely
well
pair
taken.
of hands. Thought he might have smoked that, but no. And a good catch taken by Josh Claridge at long off. That's important dismissal for Sash Pushgola and for the Magpies.
Well, we talked about it, David. It's just that pressure. Now, you know, they're out of the power play. Scoreboard pressure starting to mount a fraction, I think, on Hamwicks. And I think that shot is evident of that building pressure.
Here it is here. Look at a lovely view of this on our Bar TV pictures. Claridge settles himself. Fingers up in the air. Falls over, takes it very safely. Reese Handle out for 20, and the Pumas are 2 for 28. I think this may be Sam Weber. That's 13. I'm just trying to check the number. 13. Sam Weber. Now, here we go.
I think there's a bower just come in.
Yeah. And Sam Weber and Mark Dry's completely explosive when they want to be. Will take centre stage here at number 1 Sports Ground. Kane Anderson's got a change of gloves there for Mark Dry's. Just watching a second replay here. Hanlon did obviously neck that one. He's a big, strong man. And not a happy camp. So Mark Dry's has come on to strike. They've crossed during that dismissal. Sam Weber, getting very close to 600 wickets and 6,000 runs for his beloved Hamilton Wicket Cricket Club. And I think one of your club icons is one of the only other Newcastle players to do it. The great Michael Hill, 606,000. And I think Michael's father might be one of the other ones to do it. Sam Weber in rare air. Pushgola to Dries. Tries to sweep from 1.5 foot outside of stump and misses it.
More good bowling there from Sash.
Very
tempting.
Good afternoon, Shane Burley and Brodwin Claridge, watching us on Bar TV Sports. Dries goes again. That one was a lot closer and misses again. 2 for 28. 2 balls left in the 7th over. It's almost a small value shot. He's got that area really covered. McGill will go back to the ring here, I'd imagine, at mid-wicket. He doesn't need to be in. He's gone right back. The old draw shot. Gets your runs every time. That's actually over. So single to Dries. Magpies going particularly well at the moment. Hamwick's 2 for 29 after 7 overs here at number 1 Sports Ground.
David, just a general inquiry. Is Chris McPherson on deck today? I sort of haven't heard from him just yet.
There. G'day, Chris. How are you?
Yeah, going well, guys. Not too much to report here. I'll grab Reese Hanlon for us in a moment once he's a little bit of steam off and it's not spraying from the ears.
I think that might be a wise move. He wasn't a heavy camper when he came off, Chris.
No, he certainly wasn't. I think he's a little bit frustrated with himself, knowing that he only needed another few metres on that shot to clear the fence.
Sorry, mate. I didn't mean to wake you up down there, that's all.
Yeah, thanks for that, Bagsy.
Rory Madison after a slight delay. Jed Dixon's got a backward point. Bailey McGill coming to a shortish cover. Isaac Wallace in front of us at long off. He's got the short fine leg in again, so he doesn't want to pitch up on his legs. Nice length. Bagsy's spoken earlier about the need to bowl back of a length, and Madison certainly got it there, Bagsy.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just with that field that he's got set, he needs to just behind a good length and try and force Mark to perhaps play a little bit on that leg side. He's got some protection there at deep long on, so he goes full.
Misfield there by McGill. Again, Madison's got Dries jumping down the pitch outside leg stump and speared it into his legs. Just the single.
Yeah, Jed's got protection out there at deep cover. He's got Sash out there, so
at the moment the gaps, if you're looking at the field from where we are, certainly at deep mid wicket there's a gap, and now he's dropped fine leg back for, well, sorry, that's actually third man, so Webber's got no one deep at deep backward square and fine leg. When he gets going, he'll hit him there. Madison to Webber. Goes first ball, and first ball, three-quarter necks it, and hits it for a large 6.
Yeah, I was just
game changes, doesn't it, Bagsy?
I was just looking, David, when you mentioned that deep mid wicket. I think Sash is probably about 30 metres, sort of not in right position.
And just quietly, Sam Webber didn't get that 6.
Not at all.
He is a remarkable talent. Madison to Sam Webber. Short. Gets it. Can Wallace save it? It should. Should be a double. No. Wallace has done well. Actually, despite Bagsy's sledging, that wasn't too bad of a throw. And single Sam Webber.
Prefer it if he could keep it up a little bit.
Okay. Madison now bowling to Dries. Dixon ducks across to backward point. And up comes fine leg. So they're liking this short fine leg, the Magpies. They're always having a third man, whoever's on strike. Madison.
Race.
Slower ball, that should be a wide. Thank you, umpire Roscoe. You could see he's roll his fingers down that trying to bowl a leg cutter on in swinger. He just lost control.
Yeah, just at release there, it wasn't quite right.
Yep. Madison again to Dries. Dries loves him there. If he can cut, he laces. Out to Sash Pushgola. Single. 38 for 2. Still. With Sam Webber now in, once he will want to set a platform and really push on.
It goes without saying that he's the key wicket here.
Full bunger. Oh, beautifully fielded. Extra cover by Michael Richardson. And saves him certainly 2 or 3. Single to Sam Webber. After 8 overs, the Pumas 2 for 39. Still advantage Magpies for me, Bagsy, with that score.
It is, and we've already mentioned the fact that scoreboard pressure, a wicket here, either Dries or Webber. Hang on, we've got Chris here.
G'day, Chris. Yep. Has Reece Hanlon settled down a touch?
Yeah, Reece a little bit more relaxed now. A little bit disappointed with that shot selection.
Oh, just a little bit, mate. It's just they're bowling well. Just get a little bit bogged down.
Yeah, we talked about a lot of dot balls in the power play. Really had a bit of an effect.
Yeah, I mean they bowl well and just struggle a little bit up top. Yeah, between 20. So I mean, good a block. I mean, singles or just go for it, I guess. So.
Sitting at 2 for 39 now after 8. You got the men in the middle who can clear the fence.
Yeah, I mean Sam, you know what he does. So him, Drysy, Matty, probably 130. I think we'll be happy with that from here.
You defended 125 in the first game. They chased down 120, so that's going to be around the tipping point.
Yeah, I think so. Out on this ground, 120, 130. I think with our bowling attack, I'd back us to defend 130, so be happy with that.
Awesome. Thanks very much for your time, Reece.
No worries, mate.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Reece Hanlon. Daniel Chillingworth on it, the marker town end of Newcastle #1. Dot ball, first ball to Sam Webber. Webber gets something square, or hits it square certainly. There's a decent arm. I don't think Bagsby's sledging that arm.
No, that's Rory.
Yes, Rory Madison, nice arm. Single to Sam Webber.
Yeah,
Mark Dries on. Sorry, Bagsy.
No, I was going to say, you've already mentioned that Daniel, the brother of the great Tobias Chillingworth, is on. He's had an off-season in England, and I think just in terms of his maturity and the way he's bowling now, it was a really good move on his behalf to go over there. I think for Newcastle cricket, he's a massive plus, this boy.
Oh, misfield by Luke Hitchcock. Sorry about that. And Mark Dries picks up a double. He only really earned a single. If you were going to pick a Newcastle zone representative side right now, your three spinners, and I think you've got to go through, would be Toby Gray, General Chillingworth, and Nick Foster. In my mind, Chillingworth has an outstanding season. Bowls that one out the front, the hand, and Dries just pushes it back down the pitch. Yeah, 43 for 2.
It's a good mix too, David. Like, Toby's a little bit younger than Daniel, but Nick's got that experience, so to have that blend of youth and experience is always a good thing for, a team of any description.
Got
I think
him.
He's bowled him.
Dries has gone for the sweep. Chillingworth bowling a slower ball, and Dries out neck and crop. Pumas 3 for 43. And of course the fourth bowler you put into that group is Dylan Robertson from Toronto, who's been superb this year in his move from the Central Coast. So there's no shortage of spinning options in Newcastle. Very promising for coming seasons. That is if Chill and Toby don't go to Sydney, which will probably happen. Here we go, middle stump. Beautiful. Held that one back. And just seeing this one on Facebook now. Here's the replay. Middle stump. Lovely bowling, Chillingworth. That's a big wicket, Bagsy.
It is, and we spoke only last over about that, David. It's, Charlestown is 1 wicket away from really getting stuck into this Hamwicks lineup. The pressure, not that I think he feels it ever, is on Sam Webber. Here we go. Is this Matt coming out now?
Matthew, yeah. You can tell by the orange shoes, Bagsy. It's quite Larry. So that's Matthew Webber. So skipper Matt Webber comes out to join his twin. And Chillingworth again striking. He's had, as we were just discussing, an outstanding season. And I agree, he's come back from England a different cricketer. Getting lower order runs too for the Magpies.
Yeah,
which
absolutely.
in seasons gone past has been a strength of the Magpies, that 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 have always got runs.
Yeah, the boys got a good taste of it last year, very narrowly going down to Merriweather in the semi-final. So that experience, and predominantly the team is the same. So that experience hopefully will, if they do sneak into the semis, keep them in good stead.
That's the over. Terrific first over from Daniel Chillingworth. The Pumas 3 for 43 after 9. And at some stage shortly, I can think that Sam Webber will want to explode and try and pump this score up to 120, 125.
Yeah, I think they need the 120 as a minimum. I think that is par.
Agreed.
They will have to get moving, and if they do get moving, they might need some O'Neill's tyres, because you need O'Neill's, David. And I think the Webber boys might have to take a visit down to Gateshead, very good sponsor of Charlestown District Cricket Club.
Rory Madison from the netball centre end. Sam Webber on strike. So for Sam, we have a third man, a back good point, short cover, deep extra cover, or deep cover, long off, long on, forward square, deep cow, and a short fine leg. Madison. Oh, it's a wide. I thought Sam came a long way outside leg stump to chase that one.
That will be interesting on replay.
Interestingly, with this field, Madison cannot bowl anywhere near Webber's legs. Let's have a look. That's wide. That was actually pretty wide on replay, so good call from umpire McKim. Yeah, Bagsy, with this field, if he drops short or on his legs, that's 4. Simple as that.
Jet will need 6 more players out here if it is anywhere in that region.
Madison to Sam. Again bowling well outside of stump. Bowling to his field. Dot ball. This is the centre pitch at the Newcastle #1 square. It's in good nick. It's got a little bit of growth on it. It's not what you call a belter by any means. There's quite a bit of encouragement for bowlers as well. Madison bowls that one shorter. Webber trying to cut and misses it. Perhaps got away with one there, although it wasn't too wide. Watch this one on replay. Just not such a bad ball. Normally when you give Webber width, he'll destroy you. Won a game almost off his own hands yesterday in grade in a remarkable game of cricket at Carl Oval. Looking leg side. Only gets it to the man at deep forward square, Pushgola. Single to Webber. Yeah, remarkable game of cricket yesterday. Belmont all out 98 and chasing Hamwicks were 9 for 99, which is a remarkable game of cricket. Apparently that had a few problems with the mower down there and genuinely, and the wicket wasn't. It was sporting, let's say that way.
Yeah, and I had a chat to an old teammate of mine, Craig Pearce, whose boy plays for Belmont. He's in desperate need of the mower down there. He's mentioned to me, so we'll see what we can do to help out at Charlestown District Cricket Club.
Single Matthew Webber. That's very kind. I will give you credit. I've heard lots of reports of how good Cahybra is, and it's quite magnificent. But one of the best outfields in Newcastle, best grounds. And
Marseille Charlestown Oval, they tells me, is in tip-top condition. The wicket very conducive to good games.
We're very blessed at the moment. We've got some great grounds. Waratah's in good nick. Harker's in good nick. My own place at Stockton, that Lynn Oval's also not in bad nick either. So slight delay here. Dixon's moving the field. I think he wants. So he's going to have to bring someone in the square, isn't he? He has. He's brought third man up, and back goes deep to deep square. Now Madison can't bowl full and quick. I'm tipping this might be a slow ball, Bagsy, because he's got third man and fine leg on the ring. Let's have a look and see how he goes about it. It was a slower ball, slightly. Jed Dixon, so certainly a wise tactician, and he's learned a bit from his New South Wales country days. He had a very good coach there, Jeff Cook, the New South Wales country coach, and Shane Burley was part of that coaching setup, and they were very particular about their fields in T20s.
Very good player, Cookie.
Oh, super talent. Long-term first-class cricketer for Northamptonshire. Northamptonshire, Jeffrey William Cook. Short ball, Webber, could be out. Yes! What a lovely catch. The class comes to the top. Bailey McGill and Sam Webber laces one. Bailey McGill, a lovely catch at deep square where he just moved the field, Bagsy. Over to you.
Absolutely brilliant. Rory has put that at a very difficult height for someone to keep under control, and Sam just could not contain himself.
Here we go. You're right underneath the shoulder. McGill, regulation catch for a good cricketer, but he does a good job and perfectly placed. Jed Dixon take a bow. The Pumas now 4 for 46 and in some bother. Sam Webber out. And that's a big wicket to Rory Madison. I assume that Daniel Chillingworth will come on from the Marketown end again, and indeed he does. Our new batsman.
Well, I'm confused. Is there two number 5s?
There are, actually. This is Tom Dwyer. So there are two number 5s. Hanlon. And if you have a look over here, I've got them asterisk on my team sheet. There's two of them, so there you go.
Well, Reece might have he could have had another bat.
Yes, except when Dwyer comes, you can see he's a lefty. NCC Summer Bash, Newcastle #1 sports ground. Ian Baggs and David Redden with you on Bar TV. We thank the Newcastle City of Council for their fantastic support of this competition. Dan Chillingworth is now going to bowl to Matt Webber. Oh, short. Matthew bunts that behind square. Straight to Rory Madison, a single. Chill will be happy he's got away with one. That was almost a half tracker.
Yeah, that could have vanished, couldn't it, down Breeze?
Yeah. So Chillingworth now bowling to a left-hander. Field changes. Hitchcock into short, fine leg. There's a deep backward square, who I think is Michael Richardson. And there's another sweeper at mid-wicket and a long on. So he's got 3 on the fence on the leg side, plus cover with Hitchcock on short fine. Short again. Dwyer cuts that straight down to Jed Dixon at cover point. Now, is that Isaac Wallace doing warm-ups at short mid-on?
Yes, it is.
Magsy, thank you. Full bunger. No, just dropped short.
Well bowled.
Yeah, it was actually. Bit of flight. Richardson comes in off the square leg fence. And it's a single to Dwyer.
That's
Isaac Wallace recently engaged, Bagsy. Fantastic news.
I'll take your word for it, David. I thought he was already married.
Okay.
But you know, you could be on the money there.
Chillingworth. Oh, that's a nice sweep shot, but again, perfect positioning by Madison, and just a single.
Yeah, very lucky girl, whoever's with Isaac.
Congratulations to Isaac and Emily. Dwyer on strike. Good sporting family. His brother, a premiership player for the Newcastle City Blues in the Black Diamond Football League last year. Played very well too, he did. Oh, that's a Jaffa. That's a beautiful delivery. Straight back between the gate. I'd love to see how much that missed off stump by. That was a cracking delivery. Real talent, this fella. Chillingworth to Dwyer. Short. Dwyer can't put him away. That's 3 that over that he's dragged down and got away with. 49 off 11. Certainly below par. Pumas 4 for 49.
After 11 overs, the score is 49.
Yeah, you'll see that Wallace is coming on from this end, David.
Thank you. So Isaac comes on down here at the... And over to Chris with Sam Webber. Chris, take us away.
Yeah, as you said there, Ed is joined by Sam Webber here. A little bit frustrated and disappointed.
Very frustrated, very disappointed. I think, yeah, I kind of missed out on a cheap shot there. Yeah, I don't know. Just hit it straight at the fielder.
He laced it.
Now, obviously, run rate's probably a little bit behind what you guys would want at this stage. What are we looking at for a target here?
Look, I think anything run a ball 120 is a decent total against Charlestown. Like they play pretty negative cricket, and they'll try to get 120 off the last ball. So I think if we can get around, triple figures, anything above that, we should be able to defend, hopefully.
You played a belter against these guys here in the round game. You got home. I think you're defending about 113, and the man in the middle now, Tom Dwyer, was one of the guys that got the late runs for you. Yeah, same kind of thing, really. And I think we set up to kind of look at 140, 160, but now we're looking at 120, and Tommy's still in the middle. Tommy hits him great. Matty hits him all right, and then still got a few good hitters to come. So 120, 130, 170, whatever. Yeah, whatever you can post. I suppose you got a good bowling attack to defend it.
Yeah, not too bad. I think 5 of our 6 bowlers bowled right last game. I was the exception, but hopefully I can switch it around and we'll defend whatever we get.
Awesome. Thanks for your time, Sam.
Too easy. Thank you.
Sam Webber bowled a no ball and then bowled the next ball, bowled a no ball and went for 4. So very lucky to get away with it. Isaac Wallace bowling well, good loop. Former Newcastle under-19s bowler, and has bowled well in support this year at times for Charlestown. He's been quite solid, and I think he's made a step up this year, to be honest.
Yeah, he has. And
oh, that's close. Not given. Leg by coming. See the umpire there with his hand out to the side. Indicates the score as a leg by. Perhaps pitching outside leg. Jack Monaghan watching us on Bar TV. Afternoon Beast.
Yeah, as discussed, David, it's difficult for Isaac in regards to he does need... Oh, it's well bowled.
That's a Jaffa. See what I'm talking about? Where there's enough in this pitch, if you put work on it, that's just turned and bounced. Go on, sorry, Bess.
Yeah, I'm just saying, in terms of playing first grade for him, and he has played a fair bit this year, but obviously Daniel's in front of him.
Short and put away. Now, can they get 4 off this one? Josh Claridge is very nimble and he's got a good arm. So just 2 runs there to Matt Webber. And that's over. The Pumas after 12, 53 for 4. Still a run rate of only 4.4, and they're going to need to get a move on very quickly.
They are going to need to accelerate. Again, having those 4 wickets lost could be a problem, but they're probably getting within 3 overs of having to do whatever they can possibly do and try and pick up 50 or 60 off that last 5.
Yes. Jed Dixon will be very happy at the moment. Now, Chillingworth's not going to go around the wheel. We wouldn't have thought he would. It's not his normal go. Matt Webber going to the leg side. And Chillingworth to Dwyer. 53 for 4. Oh, full bunger. It should be called, and it has been. So that's a no-e, and will be a free hit next rock, I think. It should be a no ball called, and there it is. So that's a waste of a chest high fully. So free hit Matt Webber. But because they've changed strike, Jed Dixon can now set whatever field he likes. But this next, ladies and gentlemen, is a free hit. Where's Matt going to go here? There's a gap inside out over cover. Cover may be his option here.
I would suggest he's going large, whatever it is.
Beautifully bowled by Chillingworth.
That was nearly a run out.
Very close. Chillingworth gets away with that. So 1 run off the free hit. And 56 for 4, the Pumas. Again, there's a canteen running down here at Newcastle number 1 Sports Ground. Get down and come and have a seat in the L and enjoy the great atmosphere down here. If you can't, enjoy the afternoon on with us on Bar TV Sports. Trouble! Trouble! Matt Webber's... Oh, they've missed the run out. Matt Webber slipped over and Chillingworth could not take the throw. That might be a pivotal moment. Ian Baggs.
Well. That could have been curtains.
Chillingworth to Dwyer. Dwyer drives. Gets a single. McGill keeps the ball in the infield.
Yeah, weighing all this up, David, sometimes you need Newcastle Weighing Services, who are a very good sponsor of Charlestown District Cricket Club, to get that equilibrium right.
Bagsy continuing with the plugs. Inside out, Matt Webber. I think that's Michael Richardson, is it? Yep, that's Richo at a deep cover. And gets the ball in tidily to Chillingworth. Single Matt Webber. 58 for 4, the Pumas. Bagsy's called at 120 as par. They will need to get a reel on to get to 120. There's been very few boundaries in the last half an hour, Bagsy, and that's how you win games, is by restricting teams. Charlestown on top here. Chillingworth. Short and wide. No single. Brilliant bit of fielding by Dixon. Actually, that's not Dixon.
Yeah, I note that
Dixon, yes.
I note that Sam referred to Charlestown's cricket style as negative. As a Charlestown person through and through, they can be as negative as they want if they keep playing like this.
Short ball. McGill again. Lovely over Chillingworth. A terrific set. The Pumas 7 overs, have 42 balls left. To get to 120, they need to score 8 9s and over. So it's a big step. Charlestown, or the Magpies, going well here. Isaac Wallace from this netball centre end. Chris, have you got us on the headphones there, mate? Your thoughts on where the game's at the moment?
Yeah, I'm just having a look back from the match these guys played in the pool games, and at the same stage, Hamwick's batted first. They were 5 for 57. They ended up going on to post 113. So, look, if Matt and Tom Dwyer can get going here, that sort of 115 to 120 is definitely postable.
Single Matt Webber. Isn't that interesting, Chris, that they were 5 for 57 at the same mark, almost identical?
It certainly is, and as Sam touched on in that interview, Matt can still hit quite well, and as can Tom. Tom posted a score of about 30 at run a ball in the last match.
And he's gone. Isaac Wallace has cleaned up Tom Dwyer, leg stump, and Dwyer going for the boundary and misses. The Pumas now 58 for 5. Ian Baggs.
The slow bowling employed by Jed Dixon so far is brilliant.
Loop Goes the Tonkin. Wallace cleans up leg stump. David Boundy, an ex-Charlestown man, is watching up there in the Goats Country in Orange. G'day, Supercoach. Hope you're enjoying the coverage on Bar TV.
You'd be having a hamburger, there's no two ways about that.
And it might be a quiet AL if David Boundy's involved on a Sunday afternoon, Bagsy. His photos adorn the wall at Cahaiba there. Good man.
They're large portraits.
Pot kettle in my case. Dwyer not happy. So, in comes, I think this is a young fella, Jack Hardigan. It is. Played Bradman Cup for Newcastle in Albury this year in the heat. Distinguished himself and fine young player. Big pressure situation though. 58 for 5. 13.2 gone. Bagsy.
Another good sponsor of ours just wandering past, Dave Chapman. Chapman Strata.
And Isaac Wallace will bowl to Jack Hardigan now. Interesting that he hasn't gone with the slip Dixon, but obviously wanting to keep the runs down. He doesn't need to necessarily take a wicket. Richardson's come 10 yards off the fence at long off. Hardigan, first ball, pushes beautifully fielded by Arms. Sweeping in at short mid-wicket. Wallace bowling beautifully at the moment. Good loop. Hasn't bowled many short. Again, good loop. Well taken by Bench, who's got nice hands.
Yeah, it was good from Jamie Brazier's nephew.
Boundy's giving us a big hello there. The great man, he's listening as well. Good on you, Boundy. Bit shorter that time and bounce with this pitch where there's a bit in it. Isaac Wallace bowling wrist spin's always going to get bounce out of it.
It's a big ask for Jack to come in this situation, but but by the same token, it's a massive learning experience for him. So I wish him luck.
Wallace gets one to drive, and Matthew Bench half-hearted appeal. Very good set, Isaac Wallace. Just a single and a wicket that over. The Pumas, after 14 overs, are 58 for 5 here at Newcastle #1 Sports Ground. The NCC Summer Bash. Here's the last ball.
He doesn't mind a chat either, Jack.
Oh, really? I don't know.
I played against him last year. He was a wicketkeeper, and he's not bad on the gums.
Chirper? Okay.
Very much so.
Geez, there was some quality with the chirping with Usman Khawaja and Dick Weller in Canberra in that test. That was great to watch. Matthew Webber on strike, and now Matt Webber, this innings, and or to a certain extent this match, centres around Matt Webber. Chillingworth. Webber goes with a slog sweep, and that's 4. Lovely shot, Matthew Webber. Good cricket shot. And gets it on the ground and hits it sweetly. I think this will be Chillingworth's last in his set of 4.
It'd have to be close, David.
Yeah, I reckon so. I'm just going to open up my score.
It wasn't a bad delivery. It was just a very good shot.
It was a terrific shot. It was good length and whatever. Matt's obviously decided to go. I think he has to. He's gone again. Might be 4 more, Bagsy. Hits that one down towards the gate for the curator. Daniel Arms can't do much about it. And indeed, this is Dan Chillingworth's last. He's got 1 for 19 off 3.2 so far. 67 for 5. Matt Webber putting the foot down. Now, field change. So, there's 4 men on the fence on the leg side and no one in the ring. All 4 players in the infield are on the offside. See if Matt drops at his feet and goes for 2. Chillingworth to Webber. Inside out to cover. Barney McGill makes that look a lot harder than it was, although might have got that one in the thigh, Bailey. Bagsy's just laughing.
It was the inner thigh.
Inner thigh. Matthew Webber, he's still got 2 on. If he hits it to the ring, it's 2. See what he does. Short and a faster ball. Down to Hitchcock, a short third man. Luke Hitchcock could roost his man, Bagsy. Great man he is.
There's too many Roosters fans up our way.
There's never enough. Chillingworth. Matt Webber gets that inside out. Trouble if he goes, McGill. Nah, too slow the release. And desperation from Hardigan. Single to Webber. Chillingworth's last ball in his set. He's 1 for 20 off 3.5 so far. It's a good set from Chillingworth. 1 ball at Hardigan and then probably over to Isaac Wallace. Because Agola's got 2 left. Madison 1, McGill 1. Lots of options for Jed Dixon. Full toss. Hardigan puts it down to long on. Are they looking for 2? Arms has got a brilliant arm. No. Single to Hardigan, and Chillingworth's finished his set of 4. 15 overs, Bags. He's 69 for 5, the Pumas.
Well, at 10 and over, David, there's your 120. So they really are going to have to accelerate in a hurry, the old Pumas, to get up to what I think most people think is the total needed to be competitive. And just based on the way Charlestown's bowling, it's going to be a big effort.
I don't think 120 is realistic, to be honest. I reckon they're going to be struggling at 105. Hardigan goes to the slog sweep. Isaac Wallace sticky to in line and length. And another dot ball. Wallace bowling very well today. Most impressed. And because of that shot, Daniel Arms comes squarer in the infield. And Joshy Claridge has gone straighter at mid-wicket. Hardigan down the pitch. Straight down Madison's throat. Madison, poor throw into bench, but just the single. Matt Webber here. Now, according to Bagsy, there's not much breeze left, but if Matt Webber goes that slog sweep, he's hitting downwind, Bagsy.
Yes.
See how Wallace goes about it. He's bowled very well so far. Sorry, Ed.
No, it is a big hit out there, David. It's a massive hit.
He's almost stumped himself there, Webber. Is that a bye? Did he get an underneath edge? Yeah, a little underneath edge there. Lucky.
Good wicket keeping from bench then.
With his pads in particular. Yeah, saved more runs. In comes short cover. Madison. Hardigan wide. And Bagsy's asking for the stumpy next to me. Not given by Gary Crombie. And the wide also not given. So 71 for 5. 26 balls left in the innings. Very lucky Matt Webber a couple of balls ago. Hardigan's got to get Webber the strike or start pushing 2s. Lovely bowling Wallace. Hardigan pushes the single. Richardson at long off comes up. Isaac Wallace has 1 left in this over. Wouldn't be surprised to see Matt Webber go large, or try to go large here with Bagsy. Last ball of the over.
It'll be interesting to see where he tries to go, because Jed's got the field set very well.
Goes inside out. Now Richardson was off the fence, but gets lucky. Hardigan comes for 2. Still a good over from Wallace. Double to Matt Webber. 74 for 5 is the score of 16 overs.
Well, a run of ball's 100, so they probably need to be looking at the 9s or 10s, don't they? For 40, which is 115 round figures.
Chris down on the sidelines for us. They're going to be lucky to get 105, 110 here, mate.
Yeah, they're certainly going to need to find something special. This bowling effort from Charlestown's been pretty amazing from all the bowlers. It's not often that you see that everyone contributes sort of on that even keel, and it's made a big difference. And they've obviously got their gun recruit, Sash Pusagola, coming on here for another spell, so could be very dangerous for Hamwicks. They need to find something.
I would have thought, Chris, it's pretty basic for Jack Hardigan here. Get Matt Webber the strike as often as possible.
Yeah, I'd certainly think so. And as you said, just start pushing some of those 1s into 2s. And he looks pretty quick between wickets, the young fella, so he's got to capitalise on that as well.
He is quick. Pusagola to Hardigan. Inside out. Now, has he got enough for 2? No, he didn't. Claridge quickly off the fence. Keeps it to a single. So here we go. Matt Webber facing Sri Lankan import Sash Pusagola. Where will Webber go, or where will he try to go? He has got 1 in the ring on the onside. He's got a deep backward square, deep mid-wicket and long on. Now the mid-wicket's coming around, I think, to short fine leg, Bailey McGill. Yes. So he's prepared to give Matt Webber a couple over there on that leg side, Bagsy. See how he goes about it.
I thought he might have dragged 1 more across to the leg side to plug one of them gaps, but I like that one there.
Now that's the one where he can hit to the ring. Is there 2 in this? With Hardigan running, yes. And there's the weakness of that field, is that Matt Webber's cleverly hit that ball to the ring and got 2. And Hardigan was running to the danger, and as Bagsy put out, he's lightning. Well done, Matt Webber and Josh Hardigan. Jack Hardigan, beg your pardon.
Jack Hardigan,
Sorry.
yep.
Sorry, fellas. Jack. My bad. Sweep. Gets it fine. Crombie says not out. Waiting for this umpire. I think this might be a leg by Bagsy.
Yes.
And it is. Hardigan back on strike. Matt Webber saying he got an underneath edge on that one. Yeah, wishful Bagsy's chuckling away over here.
You do. I'm with Matt. You got to claim him.
Yeah. Hardigan facing Pusagola. Oh, bowl that flat. Somehow Hardigan's got that to the ring and we'll get a double. Gee, he worked that well. Luke Hitchcock with the fielding. Double to Jack Hardigan. 80 for 5. Just a touch over 3 overs left in the innings.
So help us out, David. Who's got overs left for Charlestown?
Well, Madison's got a few. Arms has got a few. Pusgola's got 1. I think Isaac might have 1 left. Possibly. I'll check out in a sec for you. Oh, Hardigan skied that. McGill will take this. He's got good hands. Simple catch to Bailey McGill at short mid-wicket. Pusgola gets a wicket. Hardigan trying to slog sweep. And the Pumas are 7 for 80. Bagsy, I'll just get those overs left for you. I'll go and refresh the score. So after this over, McGill's got 1, Pusgola's got 1, Madison's got 1, and Wallace has got 1. I don't think Arms will bowl again. That would be my calcs. Simple catch to Bailey McGill. Sweeping Hardigan gets a top edge. McGill in exactly the right spot where Bagsy thought a fieldsman needed to be in front of the wicket. And as I said, McGill, lovely hands. Second catch today, does a very good job. And in the yellow helmet comes Mitchell Ray. Matt Webber will have strike. They crossed. Difficult situation for Hardigan to come in under so much pressure.
Yeah, but you know, as a young player, it can only be good for him to come into that environment and understand what's required. You know, I'm not going to say that he batted poorly because he certainly didn't, but I think he may realise the value of just knocking the ones and supporting Captain Matt Webber a little bit more. It's all learning.
Fair call. Pusgola to Webber. Short and wide called by Gary Crombie. 6 for 81. Still 19 balls left in this innings. Mitchell Ray looks like he gave the ball a tap. Webber should get a single here. Flying in comes Madison. Good arm. Just the single. So Matt Webber retains the strike. 82 for 6. So we've got Madison, McGill, Wallace and Pusagola have got 1. Probably Bailey might not bowl it.
Well, I think based on what seems to be working, I'm not sure that Rory's going to get a bowl.
Good call. Possible. So you think Wallace, Pusagola and Bailey? Would you be saying that? Okay. Matt Webber's got to stay there till the end of the 20th over. Even 1s and 2s. A runner ball gets them 100. And see how he goes about it. He's got big gaps in the air over square leg. There's no one deep at square. Dabs that one backward a point. Lovely late cut. Down to Sash Pusagola. Double Matt Webber. Score 84 for 6. Yeah, if Webber wants to take a risk hitting the leg spinner, deep on the square on the leg side is free. Goes inside out to cover. Beautifully fielded by skipper Jed Dixon. Single. 85 for 6. Mitchell Ray on strike. First ball for him in the iridescent yellow helmet. Down the pitch, first ball. Could be out, first ball. And dropped by Michael Richardson in front of us. Mitchell Ray lucky to survive. 6 for 86.
Changing the field here.
Has come off. Here we go here. Right down Michael Richardson's throat. Diving and dropped it, unfortunately. Won't be happy, Richo.
No, he won't, considering that's 3 catches to him and 3 shelled.
Arms now at long off. Richardson's moved. Matt Webber comes down the pitch, hits it inside out to Jed Dixon at short cover. Bit lucky there, Wallace. That was a knee-high full toss. Could have gone anywhere. 86 for 6. 14 balls left in the innings. Ray. Star. Oh, he's missed the stumping. I reckon he's actually taken the bails before the balls hit it, and that's why it's not out. He was
I think you're
miles
spot
out.
on, David.
I think Bench has actually dropped that. It's popped up out of his hands, and he's taken the bails off. Again, lucky Ray. Here we go. Off comes the bails. Very close, but that's what's happened. You watch the replay. Watch Bench's hands, and he takes the bails off. Ray goes to short fine leg to McGill. And that's over. And that's probably not a good single for Hamilton Wickham.
No, it's not. I think you're spot on, David. It would have been better for Matthew Webber to be on strike for the remaining 2 overs.
So let's see who bowled. I imagine that Sash will bowl this last one at that Marketown end. Hamwick's boys over there under the tent. Puskyla will, and he'll be bowling to Ray. And by Ray's first 2 balls, he's going to try and give this ball some tap. Banksy.
Just taking note, Daniel Arms has done more travel than Burke and Wills here today. He's been at long off, at deep mid wicket. He's been everywhere.
Ray comes down the pitch, bunts it straight down the ground. Are they looking for 2?
No. Arms.
Not an Arms as a throw, and Webber needs to strike anyway. So these next 11 balls pivotal to this game. Can Matt Webber get the ball to the fence? It's as simple as that. Puskyla to Webber. Oh, goes with a reverse sweep, and he's gone. It was a flatter ball from Puskyla. Webber trying to get it around to the offside with a reverse, misses it. Gary Crumpy says, you're out. 89 for 7. Bagsy's slightly happy with that dismissal.
That was a big dismissal in the context of the game, David.
Flat.
Oh, adjacent.
Crombie says out. Wide on the crease again. He's interesting where he bowls from. That's hit underneath the knee roll. And Zashbrook's got a very happy with that dismissal. Yeah. In comes Kane Anderson, Newcastle Colts off spinner. And he's been in great form for Hamilton Wickham this year. He's taken 30 wickets in all forms. And on his and Mitchell Ray's hands, a lot falls. Abe Gibson will tell you he's a tail ender. So, no, he'll tell you. He's honest. He's an honest man. Anderson has to go large here quickly. Just wondering, they've got 10 balls left. Do they look at getting 1s and 2s off everything and squeaking to 104, 105? Or do they think about going large and getting to 110?
I think you need to stay in and eke out another 10 to 12 runs.
I think that's the right call, personally, this far down. Anderson bunts it down to Josh Clary's first bounce. 90 for 7. Good to see Nathan Price, Newcastle's own and Newcastle Steel captain, watching. Hello, Pricey. Hope you're enjoying the coverage on Bar TV Sports. Single Mitchell Ray. McGill loves to be in that infield. He's very suited to it, as is Dixon. They don't go out of the ring, the two of them. Anderson on strike again. 8 balls left in the innings. 91 for 7 are the Pumas. Oh, lovely bowling, Puskyla. Good flight. Anderson may be looking for 2. He's coming and he's in trouble. No, they went the wrong end. Anderson was halfway down the pitch there.
There was big trouble if Bailey went to the bowling end.
Big, and Ray had no chance. Last ball of the penultimate over. The Pumas 7 for 92. Josh Claridge at long off in our vision. Mitchell Ray. Steps on. That's big. That's over towards my vehicle. 6 runs off of Pusgola's last ball. 98 for 7. 100's now looking good. And 1 over to go here at Newcastle One Sports Ground in the first innings of the NCC Summer Bash Grand Final. 7 for 98. Round on one knee, Ray, and smoked that one, Bagsy. He has got that in the screws over towards the canteen. Actually, my missus nearly got it cleaned up. That's who the photographer was. Hope she's okay. You
sound concerned.
You see the camera move?
You sound very concerned, David.
I've never seen her move that fast. Okay, and it's McGill to bowl the last. Not a surprise, I don't think, to you, Bagsy.
No, not at all, David. The slow bowling has been the order of the day. It will be interesting to see what he does with the field here. Bailey bowling into this stiff nor'easter. He's getting the ball back now. That was a big hit.
Oh, it went a long way. Someone said, you're going to park your bus there because it'll get cleaned up. Very lucky. Bailey McGill to Kane Anderson. Anderson's gaps are, again, deep square. So McGill's got to bowl outside of stump here. Can't bowl his legs. Anderson, reverse sweep, gone. LBW. McGill strikes. And this is something the Magpies have done regularly this afternoon, strike. No big partnerships. The Pumas 98 for 8. 5 balls to go. Well, that's underneath the knee roll. Yeah, Ross McKim, no doubt, in his mind. Coming out to bat is Harry Hanlon, cousin of Reese Hanlon. Here we go again. I reckon that's absolutely salmon trout, Bagsy.
That was hitting all 3, David.
Aye. So Hanlon needs to get the strike now to Ray. Needs to drop the ball at his feet and get Ray the strike. Charlestown are going back. They're not worried about saving a single. They're more concerned about boundaries. But if their head's in gear, Ray should be taking 3 of the last 4 deliveries. 3 of the last 5, is it? McGill knew that was out. So McGill to Harry Hanlon. Gets the single that he needed. Well played. So Ray, by the looks of things, will probably drop down on one knee, try him into that Charlestown tent. Bagsy, a deep cow.
Yeah, they could be in danger there, the McDonald's sign, who aren't a sponsor of ours.
Ray, inside out to Arms. Single only.
Excellent fielding, Daniel Arms.
McGill's bowled very well. The slow bowlers have bowled beautifully. Hanlon gets a single away. Good cricket. Another single low. 8 for 101. Ray's got 2 balls left. Can he manipulate a boundary in the last 2 rocks? Gets a fully. That might be out. A well-stopped Madison. There should be a double. Madison keeping the ball in front of him. 2 runs. It's 103. And it's the last ball of the innings. Ray to face the last one. McGill needs to get this full and right at the crease, right at his toes. Doesn't want to be short. Perfect length. Now they're looking for 2. Madison should go to keeper. Okay, that's a single to Ray. So that's 104 for 9. They've finished at Bagsy. 104 for 9 off their 20 overs. Just before a short break. Your summary, mate?
The bowling was excellent from Charlestown. I know that nobody ever knows how good the wicket or the game is till 2 teams are batted, but they've given themselves every opportunity to win this tournament based on the slow bowling and good work from Jed. The fielding predominantly was very, very good as well. Some lovely catches taken out there. But again, Hamwicks have got a very, very good bowling attack. So
yes, they have.
We'll just see how things pan out, David.
Chris, your thoughts just before we go to a quick break, mate?
Yeah, I certainly echo what Bagsy's had to say there. A very good all-round effort in the bowling stakes from Charlestown. Constant wickets, not allowing partnerships to build, and I'd certainly think they're in a strong position. And if we had the Bar TV bet odds up, I think you'd certainly have Charlestown fairly significant favourites to chase down that 105 as the target.
Indeed. Sash Pushkala finishes with 3 wickets. Well done to him. We'll be back shortly from Newcastle #1 Sports Ground with Charlestown's reply to the Pumas 9 for 104. Back with you soon. back to Newcastle National Sports Centre. I'm going back in the old days there, Paul and Bagsy. Welcome back to Newcastle number 1 Sports Ground. The umpires are on their way out, followed by the Pumas. Daniel Arms and Luke Hitchcock, I would imagine, will take the opening spots for Charlestown in their chase of 105 to win their first ever NCC Summer Bash. Ian Baggs, welcome back to the microphone.
Welcome back to you, David. I don't think that Charlestown could have given themselves any more opportunity to win a final than to hold the Hamilton Wickham Pumas to 104. So the ball is theirs to throw up, serve and do with what they will.
Indeed. Very interesting next half an hour. Sam Wang will come charging in. There will be a few short balls, I'd imagine. And it'll be very interesting to see how Hamwicks go about these. They're a very relaxed, confident bunch. They are on top of the NDCA first grade ladder. NDCA, David. And I would suggest to you that they were going to go very hard here. Dwyer and Webber and Sam, I would imagine, will open the bowling. Sam Webber first. He'll probably go down to the mark attack then, which is what he did this morning. And there he goes. And his natural shape is to move the ball away from Daniel Arms. He's got a lethal off cutter. And Arms after a superb undefeated knock this morning and getting Charlestown home. And there's young Luke Hitchcock, who's been in good form this year, Bagsy. Another guy that's made a big step this year in grade cricket and has got some impressive numbers so far, particularly in the last 8 weeks, Bagsy.
Yeah, I spoke with Ben when I came in and did the Charlestown-Toronto fixture earlier in the Big Bash season, that Hitchy's very impressive in relation to the fact that last year he was given the option to go back to first grade and said, no, I need to stay in second grade and I need to score some runs. And he did that very successfully. And, he's taking his opportunity this year when he thinks that he's ready to move up. So, somebody with an opinion of themselves like that, I think, is always going to go a long way in the game.
Again, another former Newcastle under-19s player, played a couple of years. 1 year in Tamworth, he was the only Newcastle top order batter who got any sort of runs. He made a few 30s and on reasonable decks, he did a good job. Umpires signal to the scorers. Gary Crombie says we are go. Here is the second innings of the NCC Summer Bash Grand Final. Sam Webber, Daniel Arms. First ball, that length of Bags has been talking about, just back of the length.
You're spot on, David, when you mentioned that Hamwick's going to come out and go hard. It's not often that you see 2 slips in the Big Bash format, and only 1 outside the fielding restriction circle to kick it off. So they know that they've got to bowl Charlestown out.
It's the only way they're going to win. They're not going to keep them under 105 without bowling them out. Oh, that's a Jaffa. Oh. That ball's just gripped on that pitch and squared him up. Heard a few people talking in the break about that the pitch has been quite lively and it has lots of bounce, lots of turn, and just the length that they've got the grass. The ball, Sam's able to, as I said, he said that's his natural shape. That's almost unplayable to a left-hander. This intriguing battle, Sam Webber, Daniel Arms. Shorter. Gets that one down to to third man, to Tom Dwyer. And away go Charlestown. None for one, the Magpies. Sam Webber badged Jack Norton this morning in the afternoon. Don't be surprised to see if Sam goes with 1 or 2 short ones here. Hitchcock does like to play the hook and the pull shots. He's not afraid. And he's got Dwyer down here at fine leg. Big test for Hitchcock here. One of the preeminent cricketers of a generation bowling to him. 6,000 runs almost and 600 wickets. Remarkable. Hitchcock gets that one with the inside edge. Down towards Abe Gibson at mid-on. Chris, I know you're down there with us. Are you in agreement with Bagsy that Hamilton Wickham have got to take early polls and actually bowl out the Magpies?
Yeah, they certainly need to take those early wickets and I guess do similar to what Charlestown did in restricting their run rate in this power play. If they can tie them down here, that's certainly going to go a long way to putting them in this fight.
Draw shot from Luke Hitchcock. Are they going to get to 2? No. Or that ball's inside the ring. Single to Hitchcock. Back to you, Chris.
Yeah, as I said, a couple of early wickets here will certainly be the key. If Hamwicks want to get back into this, as we talked about just before the break, Charlestown probably significant favourites at this stage. So yeah, looking for the likes of Sam Webber to get the early breakthrough.
Thank you, mate. I think this is the corresponding fixture where Macy Gibson's got a couple of wickets for Hamwicks earlier this season, bowling beautiful leggies.
Jed Dixon was one.
You won't be happy with that. Misfield at short cover, single to Arms. Very full ball from Sam Webber there.
Yeah, she took the 2 key wickets of, as Bagsy said, that Jed Dixon and the import Sash Pusagola. So it was an impressive bowling display from Maisie.
The ball that got Jed Dixon was a Jaffa, looped and it turned nicely and beat him all ends up in flight. None for 3 off 1. Thank you, Chris. Feel free to interject whenever you wish, my friend. And I think Dwyer will take the ball from this end. Yes, Tom Dwyer. So left arm over. Side screens will have to be moved, guys. Dwyer from this netball complex end. And the Magpies need 102 off 114 to secure their first ever T20 title in the Newcastle Cricket Association, Bagsy.
I think I mentioned earlier that the key, as far as I see it, is for Arms and Hitchcock to be still at the crease after 6 overs.
Yep.
Working it around, not playing any outrageous shots, and keeping those wickets intact. A little bit of pressure off, and hopefully that's the tonic to get them over the line.
Wickets in the shed at the end of the power play is crucial. Dwyer to Arms. Arms gets a short one. Whacks it away to deep mid-wicket. First boundary of the innings. Arms is in good nick. He's only 3/4 got that and it raced to the fence. Bit short from Dwyer, Bagsy.
It was. No protection out there, so he needs to be bowling at a better line of length than that.
Too short. It's only thigh high, but it was short enough for Arms, who's a well-set, thick-set bloke, not tall himself. Got underneath it and whacked it away. Dwyer, much short. That's in orbit! That has gone a long, long way, ladies and gentlemen. I reckon that's in the creek. Arms gets a fair income short ball and smokes it backward of square over my past there, Evans. Bagsy, what a shot!
I'm worried about that van.
Yeah. He has laced that, ladies and gentlemen. It's gone. There you go. It's gone over the side screen all the way up the back to the fence at the back. Newcastle number 2's out the back there.
That nearly made it to Newcastle number 8.
Oh man, he's smoked it. I think Dwyer might have learned in 2 deliveries not to bowl short to Arms today. None for 13 the Maggies after 8 balls. Perfect start for the Magpies. Dwyer to Arms. Goes short again. This time there's a man at deep mid. Fields that nicely, does Harry Hanlon. Just the single. Hello, Leo Vo. Good to have you watching on Bar TV Sports. Don't be afraid to keep on the Cheerios on Bar TV. Say hello. Let us know you're watching. It's great to hear from you. Bar TV Sports, the best in the business. Cover so many sports in our great region. What a great job. Dwyer has to hold up. Field still changing. He won't want to bowl short to Hitchcock either. Hitchcock, the second draw shot of the innings, stepping outside leg stump. One hand pick up Gibson, and a bit untidy there. 4-15 off 11 balls. Magpies going well. Dwyer needs to get this ball on a decent length because Arms has shown a propensity to whack him if he's short. Again, there's a deep mid wicket here and a deep fine leg. They're the 2 on the fence. Hanlon, is he going back to the slip? I think he is. think he's going to go back to a second slip. Yep. Second slip. Dwyer to arms. Or much better length, Dwyer. And just nudges that down to Balcombe at keeper. I thought that might have been over myself, but no, one left. Now he can't go back. Yes, he can. So change of the field on the leg side. Up comes fine leg, and deep square's gone back. This would indicate, Bags, that there might be a slow ball coming. Yep, and it's a wide. Saw the tactics there. Brings up third man and fine leg, and bowls a little left arm spinner, but he drags it wide. Great start, Pumas. 16 off 11 legal balls.
He needs to finish off strong here, Tom Dwyer.
He does. Arms has got another one. That's massive. On the hill. What an over, Daniel Arms. The Magpies, 22 off 2 overs. What a start. Ian Bags.
Oh, it's a massive start, David. I'm still going to stand by what I said. The no wickets after 6 overs I still think's the key, because this game can change so quickly.
Chris, that ball went almost straight over your head, mate. He has sliced that.
He is seeing them like absolute beach balls at the moment out there. He got a nice knock this morning in the first game, and he looks like he's keen to follow it up, clearing the fence with ease.
I've just seen the replay on Bar TV, and he's just bowled the perfect length for that ball, and Arms has just got underneath it, and it went into orbit. 22 off 2. Perfect for Arms just to swing through his arms and whack that over the mid-wicket fence. 22 off 2 overs. Back to Sam Webber. Bowling to Hitchcock. What can the Pumas do? Bowls him a fully, and Hitchcock wisely gets the ball down to mid-on to give Arms the strike. Arms 2 6s and a 4 off that last over. Webber bowled him one absolute jaffer in the last over, a superb off-cutter. And as Bagsy's pointed out, 2 catching positions, about a 3.5 fourth slip, and a wide first slip for Hamwicks. Nicely bowled. That'll hit the stump with a backhand flick. Balcomb's going to have to take the stump out there. Bowlers are off. NCC Summer Bash Grand Final. Lovely afternoon here at Newcastle #1 Sports Ground.
Yeah, special thanks needs to go to the Newcastle City Council for supporting an event that the players truly enjoy playing in.
They do, and there is a pathway at T20 level. They play a lot of it now at country level. They play it in Sydney. There's the Sixers and the Thunder. This is what it's all about, grassroots stuff. Quick single called by Arms. Hitchcock a bit slow out the blocks, but comfortably home. 24 off 2.3 overs. Yes, Josh Edwards and Geordie Oliver. Daniel Arms is on fire at the moment. He's facing up to a very, very good bowl at the moment. In fact, he's not facing. Hitchy's got the strike at the moment. Don't be surprised to see him rip one end short here shortly. There's one, and that's gone. He's bunted it over square leg, just for the single. Hitchcock not afraid to hit him square at all.
Nah, he's very strong off the back stool.
And on
Hitchy.
leg side, especially
Very
square
much.
on the leg side, he loves them. Chris, can you feel much of a breeze where you are at ground level at the moment?
It's coming and going. At stages it picks right up and then it'll drop right off for a sort of 5-minute window. We just had it gusting a little bit before, but it's died down at the moment.
Well fielded there. Mitchell Ray at wide 3.5 fourth slip. .25 into the end of the third over. Umpire grabbing Gary Crombie in shot. In the lovely umpires' shirts, the purple shirts. Got a lot of interesting comments about those. I reckon they're all right. Arms doesn't quite get that.
I think
And
he
it's
has,
still
Dave.
going to go. Yeah, that's gone over. You can see the main strip. So that's 4 runs. Sorry, I'll wait for the umpire. I thought it was 4 and is. So last ball boundary, that's a killer. And the Magpies going along beautifully at the moment. 29 off 3. And Bagsy's point about being no wickets down 6 overs, halfway there. He didn't quite get that, but he still got enough of it, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, brilliant start by Daniel and Hitchy.
After 3 overs, the score is 20.
Now, Bagsy, you might be able to tell me the Charlestown Masters side in the final the other night could have used some batsmen seeing them like these.
100%. I was going to leave it to a little bit later on in the innings, Macca, to talk about that because I'm eligible for the Masters in 2 years, but based on the fact that they can only get 27 between them in a final, I probably, I'll steer clear of that wide berth.
Yeah, it was an
interesting step here. Sorry, Chris, you go, mate. Oh, they'll come in. Go away.
No, it was an interesting match as Bagsy touched on. Charleston were bowled out for 27, but they faced an absolute all-star attack from Hamwicks. Some of the names in that team, I think that side would compete in the first grade comp.
Absolutely.
I think it was pretty much their 2004 final winning team.
Exactly right. You had Herbert, Webber, Soper, Mullard, and they didn't even use Sam Webber as a bowler. Hard to believe Sam and Matt are actually eligible for Masters.
Just a big change here, guys. Big risk being taken, but Hamwicks have to do it. Kane Anderson bowling in the power play. If there's a weakness in Luke Hitchcock's game, he's not as comfortable playing slow bowling. Let's see who goes about it. Anderson to Hitchcock. First ball. Bunts it over the top. Has he got 4? Yes, that should be 4. Good call, Jack Hardigan, very honest. 4 runs, first ball to Hitchcock. Just gets it over mid-off. And on this fast outfield, good start. Here we go on the replay.
Just noticed one of the
Bottom hand.
the young guns with a new haircut. Perhaps he can talk to Michael Richardson about the haircut.
And another inside-out shot from... This will go close to being 4. Yes, it is. 4 more to Hitchcock. So he's taking the ball by the horns and getting in the power play. 8 off Anderson's first 2 balls. Magpies, 33 off 19 balls. 20 balls that should be.
Be 37 though.
37 off 30.2. So there you go. What a start this is. No ball called. Wow. And Arms is going to get to face the Noe. Oof, oof. So under the rules of this competition, that's a free hit. Umpire will circle his arm above his head in a moment. And Daniel Arms has got lock and load time, as they call it.
I think I'd be locking the children in a safe place for this delivery, David.
Anderson's got to bowl like he's got to channel Bailey McGill and bowl it right on the crease. Honestly, he's got to bowl really full in at middle and leg. It's the only place he's going to stop him scoring. Arms with a free hit. The Maggies 39 off 21 balls. Short, and he doesn't get it. Lucky there, although Anderson bowled out about 110 clicks. Magpies none for 40. Seemingly cruising at the moment. What a start this is. We haven't seen this all day. We've seen no one take it on like this all day in all other 5 innings. Hitchcock again goes inside out. Makes a mockery of my comment that he can't play slow bowling. Another boundary. Magpies 44 in the 4th over. Bagsy.
Oh, that was a lovely shot. Not a particularly poor delivery.
It was that lovely footwork. Very, very strong bottom hand. He's actually, if you watch him on his grip, he's actually got his hands separated. And that's normally an indication of someone who's a strong bottom hand. Oh, lovely shot. Late cut, really. Down to Reese Hanlon. Another 2 to Hitchcock. 1 to go in the over. He's gone for 3 boundaries this over. Has Anderson and a Noe. Goodness me, they're almost halfway there. Anderson not impressed with his own first over. What's Hitchcock going to do with this last ball? That'll be a leg by. Going down leg side, I'd suggest. And a huge over for the Maggies. He's still inside the power play. 46 off 4 overs. Chris, Magpies flying here.
They certainly are flying, and the mood down on the Magpies dugout is certainly very high at this stage, as you can imagine. So there's a few of the boys here that are kitted up that look like they're keen to get out there and get amongst it if they get their opportunity.
Bagsy's quietly happy over here, and a very, very good start from his boys. Jed Dixon has the pads on, as does Sash Pozzola. Bagsy.
Yeah, no, probably a better start than anyone could have imagined here. Again, the game can turn so quickly. Sam Webber is the key. He really needs a breakthrough, and he needs a breakthrough this over, if not two.
Might just try and get a correction here. The live score he's got, the score is 47 off 4. Hitchcock at 19 and Arms at 25. Right. Sorry?
They missed the two.
Okay. Webber. Hitchcock charging Sam Webber. Single. So we've got, yes, 48 now. Thank you, guys. Hitchcock's on 20 and Arms on 25 off 14 rocks. Dwyer 19 off his first. Anderson 17 off his first. Sam Webber keeping things tidy. He's only going at 5 and over. What's going through Daniel Arms' mind at the moment? A slow ball, full. Matt Webber fields at square leg. Does a blind turn and can't prevent the single. 49 off 4.5 overs. NCC Summer Bash. We thank the City of Newcastle Council for this outstanding support of this wonderful competition. Really has been a great tournament.
Yeah, it has been, and they're good friends of cricket, and where good friends meet for us as Charlestown Bowling Club, David.
Gone. So Hitchcock goes for one too many shots. Sam Webber cleans him up neck and crop. Magpies 1 for 49. In the 5th over. Bagsy.
Well, we spoke about it at the start of the over. It was crucial that Sam get a breakthrough, and he's done that. A little bit agricultural from Hitchy there.
Here's the replay. Didn't bounce that much, but certainly agricultural. Leg stump. Just the one bail flying. Sam Webber. Yeah, well, just another wicket for me. So 1 for 49. In comes Matthew Bench. Stick into their programs and their procedures. Bench got a first burler this morning. Aldous got one to hold up on him and caught and bowled first rock. So he'll be after some more runs and more time at the crease.
Yeah, so this is Sam's 3rd over, so one remaining for him after this. Typically, I don't think Charlestown need to do anything silly. Play the ball on its merits and work the ones and twos.
Completely agree. There's absolutely no need to do anything ridiculous. Matt Webber will be bowling shortly, or perhaps after the power play's finished. You see who bowls over number 6, Chris and Bagsy, after the 2 bowlers at this end have been absolutely posterised for 36 off 2 overs.
It's going to be an unenviable task, no matter who it is, I think, with Dan Arms out there.
Bench gets through his first delivery this time. Full ball from Sam Webber. Body language isn't real positive from Hamwicks at the moment.
It's not good, David.
Nah, not great. They probably need 2 or 3 more quick ones to get right back in it. Bench facing Webber. Slower ball, beautifully bowled. Bench manipulates that to short cover. Anderson, another blind turn. Can't prevent the single. Now, if Dan Arms has got the head in gear, this is Sam Webber's last delivery in the power play. I would think he's looking for nothing more than a single or even a dot ball, but no dismissal here.
100%.
Play the ball on its merits.
Still sticking with that catcher, Matt Webber.
Yeah, Hanlon's gone to that wide second slip position. Arms gets a lovely clip away off his legs. And he's
Bench
not
better
going to
hurry.
take the strike. That would have been interesting if he did hold that ball. Double to Arms. Sam Webber. 3 overs gone. After 5 overs, the Magpies 52 for 1. Now, Chris, who's going to bowl this over?
I was about to say they might go to the experience of Dries, and sure enough, he's the man to hand his cap to the umpire. He bowled the last over of the power play when they played Charlestown in the midweek games earlier in the competition, and he's obviously a fairly wily character and has plenty of experience behind him to try and take control of this match back.
In the semi-final this afternoon, his first 2 deliveries were 4 wides and a wicket. So you couldn't get 2 more opposite end deliveries. I'm amazed that Mark Dries has been such a consistent wicket taker over so many years. He's just smart. He doesn't bowl quick, but he bowls in the right areas, and he's clever, varies his pace. Just continues to get wickets and has done for a long time, Bagsy.
100%, David. And cricket is a simple game. If you bowl straight, things will happen. And that's what Mark does. He makes you play.
A couple of years ago in an extraordinary semi-final that I think was played here, Hamwicks were in all sorts against Toronto, and he's turned around the second innings, and Hamwicks actually won one outright. He got 5 or 6 for it, just turned it on its head. And like, you know what finals are like, pressure. But he's a very good pressure player, superb natural athlete. Hitting a golf ball, it's not nice to watch him hitting it. Goes a long way. Bench a single. Got to hurry at his end. Gee, that would have been close. Now, they might get an overthrow here. That was worth a ping, actually. That was worth a crack at that. I reckon Bench was in trouble. Double to Bench. What was your call, Chris? You had a lovely view at square. Did you think that was close? Come back to Chris in a minute. Bench goes long. And that's 6. Great start for this over. Dries has gone 2 for 2 and then 6. The Magpies wanting to make quick work of this. Yeah, Chris, just if you're listening, that run out for Bench, was he home?
Yeah, it would have been very close, I think. I certainly think they had the opportunity of the over before. If Sam Webber hadn't fumbled, they could have had Bench, and they're maybe regretting that after that last 6.
I agree with that. I thought if Sam had got that ball clean, it was Anderson who got rid of the ball very quickly. Bounce throw, but unfortunately Sam couldn't handle it. 1 for 59, the Maggies. Still in the power play. Slower ball. Bench works out a bit square. Are they looking for 2? They are not. Abe Gibson.
No, I think with the turning circle of the QE2, Matthew Bench might have been in a fair bit of trouble there, David.
You're going to be the last person let into the bar at Charlestown with this rate.
Funny you should mention that, because good friends of ours, Stu and Kath, over at the Commonwealth Hotel, the way these blokes are firing along, they want to get over and see Stu and Kath at the Commonwealth Hotel sooner rather than later.
Good pup. Slow ball Dries. Arms loads up. Hits it inside out. I'm not sure if it'll go for 4. Pilled up. Gibson gets that one. Keeps it to 2. Arms just continuing on. Magpies 62 for 1. They needed 43 off for 85. What a performance given the other innings that are played today. Arms inside edge for that one. Again, Dries bowling straight. That is the power play, and that is by far the best power play today. 62 for 1. Chris, who's going to strike here for the Pumas, you think? Who do you think are their go-to bowlers right now?
Well, the go-to man's usually Sam Webber. He hasn't been able to get the breakthrough as of yet, obviously, in his few overs. So I guess they'll probably be turning to the likes of maybe Abe Gibson. Last time these sides came together, it was Maisie Gibson that got the wickets. So they don't have her bowling today. So, yeah, Abe might be the interesting option.
I agree with that. I think that especially with Arms, he might try and play him across the line. But Matt Webber is coming on, speaking to his twin. at the Marketown or northern end of the Newcastle #1 sports ground. Bathed in late afternoon sunshine. It is glorious here. Bar TV Sports, the best in the business. Brennan and all the boys doing a fantastic job bringing you live cricket from West Newcastle. Matthew Webber with the ball to Matthew Bench. Just saunters in and bowls a perfect Yorker. Bench digs it out.
He's still stuck with the infield here, Matt Webber. Only two out for the attacking strokes.
1 run Bench. Now let's see if he keeps one out. How many he keeps out for arms. So back goes deep forward square, long on and long off. He must be going with a 6-3, is he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 6 in the ring. So arms has got lots has got a lot of room to go. Free his arms, especially square on the offside. Goes the paddle sweep and misses. Yes, Matt Webber with this field, Bags, he cannot bowl outside off stump. His protection's all straight and on the leg side. If he gives arms any within offside, he's in trouble.
It's true.
Matt Webber bowling at slow medium at the moment. Single arms. Good to see Jack Monaghan, Lawrence Kelly, Jacob Montgomery and Josh Everton watching on Bar TV Sports. G'day guys, great to see you joining us this afternoon and this evening. And a slow ball from Webber. He's actually bowled that as almost a fast leg break.
I think that was the leg break, wasn't it?
Reckon so. Now, has he got all of that? No. He's placed it perfectly. 1 and 2 for Bench. That's over. And the Mag is 67 for 1 off 7. Thanks, Lawrence Kelly, for the critique. Apparently I've missed a boundary out there, Bagsy. I think Ned's speaking rubbish, but anyway, that's another matter.
I don't think you've missed one thing, David.
Oh, I think I've missed a few. And Ned's the type of bloke that'll pick those sort of things up. So, thanks, Lawrence. Really appreciate it. 67 off 7 overs. 38 off 78 required. Mark Dries has the ball in hand again.
I'm not sure how Matt's going to pull this one out of the fire, to be honest.
So, Dries. So, Arms has got just 3 on the fence. Again, deep cover. Deep long on in front of us, Kate Anderson, and a deep forward square, and over near Chris. And if he bowls short, look out, grandstand. Gets it short. Now, is that gone?
6.
That's 6. Just got enough on that one. Just 6 more Daniel Arms. The Magpies seemingly careering away with this Summer Bash tournament. 73 off 7.1 overs. And as Bagsy's been talking about all day, as we see that replay, how many wickets in the shed at the end of the power play, Bagsy? 9.
Only 9, David.
Chris, the way that Hamwicks are going about these, they've almost conceded.
The body language out there isn't great. And yeah, you're exactly right. It looks like they've almost put the cue in the rack.
Lovely back cut from Daniel Arms, who's just in superb touch. Double there, Rhys Hanlon Fields.
There's been a massive distinction between the two innings, and that is just the boundaries.
We'll talk about it. There was such a long period where the Magpies reduced the boundaries. Another one from Arms. Did he get it all? He did.
And more.
Wow, that's into the stands. 6 more, Daniel Arms. Wow. What a performance this afternoon. Aaron Payne, good to see you watching, Payne. I hope you enjoyed the Bucks night yesterday. And Your boy's doing very well at the moment. 81 for 1 off 7.3. Wowee. That's 6 more. This game's going to be over in a real hurry. 87, the Magpies. That may be 50 for Daniel Arms. I think, yeah, the way
is.
Yeah, it is. Thank you.
51.
Thanks, Chris. The live scoring, of course, is an over behind here, so what a wonderful performance. 51 off something like 24 or 25 rocks.
Well, I think he's the player of the tournament.
Wow. Certainly the player of today. Wow. It's sensational. Mark dries. Lovely cricket. Just gets a simple little single there. Matthew Bench responds quickly. Despite Bagsy saying that he's not that quick between wickets, he's done pretty well there.
Yeah, I have to say, Bagsy, both commentary appearances you've absolutely laid out, Benchy. He might actually challenge you to a foot race, I think.
He can.
That might be stumped. Did his foot raise? Show us the replay. That was close.
It may be interesting upon review, this one, David.
Yeah, this one. But anyway, great over for the Maggies. 1 for 88. So they're only going to get 17 off 12 overs. Remarkable. Loved it. Here we go. Watch his back foot, guys. Oh! Holy cow, that's close. That was closer than I even thought. Watch his back foot. There it is. Belcom.
I think that's an amazing decision.
It could be a superb decision. It's very close. And as you know, the benefit of the doubt goes to the batsman. Great work, Balcom.
Yeah, Ben couldn't have done any better than that.
88 for 1 off 8 overs. Daniel Arms, his second superb 50. That is so close. Abe Gibson coming on. Probably a bit too late. The way Arms is going, he might try and finish this in the next 10 or 12 balls. Gibson to Arms. Quick, straight down, short mid wickets through. Hands. A dot ball. 88 off 8.1 here. Gibson going around the wicket to the left-hander. Arms, 4 more or 6-4? Lovely sweep. Orthodox sweep there. This game's going to be over in 5 minutes. 92 the Maggies. Chris, I can't believe what I'm watching. Given the other games played today where scoring's been immensely difficult, this has been a shellacking.
Yeah, Daniel Arms is putting on an absolute clinic here. Doesn't seem to matter where they bowl to him. He finds a way to find it either to the fence on a couple of bounces or well into the grandstand, as we've seen.
Yes. And follows up a boundary with a smart single down the ground. 97. 97 for 1, I think that should be. Is that right, or was it 88? That's 93. My bad.
Just bringing a few players in to try and keep Bench on strike by the looks of things here.
There's now a very easy single for Bench down through mid-off, which is playing with the spin. That's all Benchy's got to really concentrate on. He doesn't need to lose a wicket now. On the cusp of... Oh, that's a wide. A bouncer and a wide. Extraordinary. From a left-arm orthodox spinner. But Charlestown on the verge of a much-deserved premiership here, or championship here. Gibson to Bench. Another short one. And Hamwicks, I think, want to head to the Commonwealth as well. 4 runs Bench, 98.
An interesting couple of deliveries in a row there, weren't they?
Yeah. Without wishing to sound disrespectful, Hamilton Wickham are certainly, to my mind, probably playing tired cricket at the moment, Bagsy. This game's going to be over in a couple of minutes. 98, 7 to win. Full bunger. And that's out. What a great catch. That is a superb catch by Kane Anderson. Taking an Australian rules marking side above his head in the air. If you watch this replay, he has taken a beautiful catch. It's a bit too late. Right in front of Chris, actually, not far. That was a lovely take, Chris.
Absolute screamery. Wouldn't have looked out of place at centre half forward at the MCG.
Well, here we go. Watch Anderson here. Bet she gets up in the air. That is a superb catch. That really is. At such a late part of the afternoon, well over his head. And just delaying the inevitable. Matthew Bench has done his job. And in comes skipper Jed Dixon, and he will want to finish off this job, I'd suggest.
I think you're correct there, David. It's probably fitting that Jed's out there, hopefully for the triumphant runs with Daniel Arms, who's certainly had an incredible day today. He's been playing. He batted very well last week, and it's good to see him running into a bit of form coming towards the end of the season.
I've just had another look at that catch of Kane Anderson. That was a cracker. Yeah, Chris is right. He looked good playing for the Giants at Spotless Stadium. I'll tell you, we'll have him think, yo. 98 for 2. One ball left in the ninth over. Daniel Arms has taken strike as they crossed during that dismissal. Jed Dixon in his regulation royal blue helmet. Got the hair in his man bun as well, the great Jedi.
There are rumours circulating about the victory today and the longevity of that Jesus-like look.
Oh dear. Quite unusually in this innings, Daniel Arms has played dropped one at his feet. 98 for 2 off 9. 7 to win off 11 overs. You would think that may come in this over.
After 9 overs, crease 2 for 98.
Talk about Jed's hair there,
yes.
Bagsy.
Sorry,
There's certainly some wonderful hairdos on both sides here. You got young Mr. Richardson and Bailey McGill, and then the man that took that catch just before, Kane Anderson. He's rocking a haircut that looks like it's right out of Dusty Martin's selections.
I reckon Kane Anderson, I've actually told him this to his face, he's got the worst haircut in Newcastle cricket for sure.
Hands down.
Hands down, it's a shocker. He does look like he's been hanging around Dusty Martin.
Chris, just while you're roving down there, Chris, can you pop over to the Charlestown boys and just ask if there are any rumours about Jed's haircut and the pending victory?
Okay.
Yeah, I've got young Mr. Richardson coming over, so we'll see what we can come up with.
Harry Hanlon to bowl the 10th over. Giving the young bloke a go. Chris, let us know when you're ready to speak to the great Richo.
We've got Michael Richardson here. Just chatting to Bagsy upstairs. He said there's some rumours about Jed's hair if you boys get up here.
Apparently, actually, Hilly's going to knock it off on him while he's had a few tonight, so who knows, I hope it goes.
Great treatment of the captain, that is.
Oh, dropped a chance there. Dixon got a fully, and Harry Hanlon not quite able to take the catch.
Richo, any chance that yourself or maybe some of the other young boys here that have got some ordinary haircuts? I see Bailey looking at us, might fall victim to the same.
No, I reckon you should get Claridge up here for a chat and get Claridge to get the hat off. I think that's something special, actually. He's got the
Chris, if you can hear me, Claridge's haircut's awful. Jed Dixon's been given out off an inside edge there. If you watch the replay, he smashed this. Anyway, wicket to Harry Hanlon. Go back to you, Chris.
Yeah, we might just see if Will on the camera can focus in on Mr. Claridge over here. If you can just grab him, Richo. Just get him to pop his hat off. Yeah,
Jason Ackermanis the second. My goodness me.
That's special. And Richo, I might let you join the team back there as the skipper comes off and watch the last few deliveries here that should get you home.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, mate.
Unfortunately for Jed, I don't even think that hit the pad.
Anyway. Poor Jed, I do feel sorry for him there. I'm not sure if that was the correct decision, but we move on. Umpire thought it was out, and that's that. You lark off. Don't worry about that.
Chris, go and get him now.
No, don't, please. Harry Hanlon on a wicket. Smash the cover off it. 98 for 3. 9.2 gone. Sash Pushagola goes out to the crease. Still with 7 to win. What under Harry Hanlon, picking up an LBW. That's a slow full toss. Pushagola carefully puts it down back the pitch. Back down the pitch. What a wonderful competition this has been. Love the other players enjoy playing it. Bar TV's involvement's been terrific.
There's been lots.
Who has to go and gets it to the right side of his fieldsman. He knew he was left-handed. Single to Pushagola.
Been lots of close games David, throughout the whole tournament. So, the competition has been tight, and any one of probably 6 teams could have won this on their day.
Sean Fleming, yes. What does the scorebook say on your bike, LBW? Arms finishes it with a 6. Charlestown are champions. 7 wickets down inside 10 overs. What a superb performance by Daniel Arms and the Magpies. Bagsy, you're a Charlestown man. Talk me through your feelings at the moment. Please be honest.
Oh, yeah, honesty is that I'm just so proud for the boys. They do train hard, they work hard, and we touched on the fact that they were so close last year in the semi-final against Merriweather. The club coming through with a lot of young players, a lot of talented cricket players. So to actually get some recognition for the efforts that they put in at training and the camaraderie within the club, it's really, really good. And I'm sure that there's a number of other clubs in the same position, but when it's your club, it's special. It's good.
Congratulations, Chris.
Well, all I think it would say is that today has all been about one man with a bat, and that's Daniel Arms. It's been the Daniel Arms show here at Number 1 Sports Ground in both the semi-final and the final, and while there's an outstanding bowling effort, I think that's certainly all everyone will be talking about after today is the 2 great knocks, and there was no other way for him to finish it but with a big bomb back over here towards the grandstand.
Actually, if you watch the replay of that shot, there was a lot of Darcy Short in that shot. The way he played it, just the way his backswing and dropping down one. You watch this, just watch the replay. Think of Darcy Short, bang. That reminds me a lot, and Darcy Short's a super talent, don't get me wrong. He can play. But Daniel Arms, take a bow. You have been superb today. And the Magpies are the champions of the NCC Summer Bash. Congratulations to the Maggies. They have done a superb job. And to get those runs inside 10 overs, when it's been such a difficult day to score runs.
Armsy.
Yeah, it certainly has been comprehensive, David.
I believe that Daniel Arms is going to come across just before we go off channel. Daniel Arms may come across and have a word with Chris.
Yeah, we're just waiting to see if we can grab him quickly before the presentation. We'll be really quick, Armsy. It's been a good day out for you.
Yeah, got him out of the middle, which is nice. So, not often you get these days. So, yeah, just stoked we got a win. Lost plenty of grand finals in the black and white, so happy to get the win.
Yeah, well earned. You guys have been right amongst it. Lost the nail bite to these guys earlier in the comp, and nice to get a bit of, I suppose revenge is one word for it, but to win the big one.
Yeah, we blocked them around for a bit against them, and a bit of a breeze today, so I thought I'd hit with it and come off, and yeah. Awesome, mate. Well done. Congratulations. We'll let you go and join the boys. Thanks, mate. Cheers.
Chris, thank you very much for this afternoon. Done an outstanding job down there. I've been listening to you on the Bar TV Sports, and it's great to see you've done such a good job. So thank you very much, mate.
Thanks, guys. It's been great to be involved with Bar TV in this tournament, which has been awesome this year. And as you touched on earlier, the players have really enjoyed it, and they've put on a show here every game. So been a great tournament, and Charlestown some deserving winners.
Indeed. New South Wales Country Champion Paul Marjorebeck's now presenting the medals to the umpires. Presentation ceremony going to go through. We'll wind it up here very shortly. Bagsy, fantastic to work with you, mate. Thank you for an afternoon. I know you're going to enjoy a couple of quiet hours tonight, and so you should. Congratulations to you and the entire club on a very comprehensive and thoroughly deserved performance. Well done.
Oh, no trouble, Dave. I commend you on your professional approaches today. It's been good. And yeah, the boys will certainly have a quiet beverage or two and enjoy the success, and then move on to next week and back into the 2-day format. So to Bar TV, thank you very much for your coverage and your support of the local cricket. I know it's appreciated. Good job for you today, Dave.
Thank you.
No worries at all.
On behalf of Chris and Bagsy and the entire team, Brendan, Liam, everyone at Bar TV Sports have done such an outstanding job. Bagsy, a pleasure to commentate with you. It really was. Most enjoyable, mate. Thank you. My name's David Redden. It's been an absolute privilege to commentate on cricket again. I haven't done too many cricket games, and it's just so much fun to call a game that you love in a city and in a ground that I love as well. It's a real thrill, and thanks to the NDCA and the Bar TV for having me as well. Jed Dixon saying a couple of words at the moment. So on behalf of all of us, if you wanted to say something fine, Bagsy, you all right? On behalf of Ian, Chris and the entire team, my name's David Redden. It's a very good evening from Newcastle Number 1 Sports Ground with Charlestown, the champions of the NCC Summer Bash.